Thank you very much. Director Comey, thank you for being here. I know there are a lot of things you would probably much rather be doing than sitting on the hot seat, so to speak. And here's where I'm coming from on this. You've been asked a lot of questions today about the Clinton investigation. And what I'm hearing from folks back in Texas, and I'm just going to take a big picture view of this, is this stuff just simply doesn't pass the smell test on a lot of areas. You just had my colleague from Texas, Mr. Ratcliffe, list a long list of things that y'all didn't have in the investigation. You've been asked earlier today, well, would you reopen the investigation? What would it take to get you to reopen the investigation? We've had 5 people given immunity, which basically we got nothing when, perhaps a plea agreement or something else might have worked. You have your interpretation in your previous testimony before Congress that Section 793F required intent when, in fact, the standard is gross negligence. And it is just a long list of things that just have people scratching their heads going, if this were to happen to me, I would be in a world of hurt, probably in jail. And how do you respond to people who are saying that this is not how an average American would be treated? This is only how Hillary Clinton would be treated.
Yeah, look, I've heard that a lot, and my response is demand, when people tell you that others have been treated differently, demand from a trustworthy source the details of those cases. Because I'm a very aggressive investigator. I was a very aggressive prosecutor. I have gone back through 40 years of cases, and I'm telling you, under oath, that to prosecute on these facts would be a double standard, because Jane and Joe Smith would not be prosecuted on these facts. Now, you'd be in trouble. That's the other thing I've had to explain to the FBI workforce. You use an unclassified email system to do our business, and in the course of doing our business, talk about classified topics, you will be in big trouble at the FBI. I'm highly confident of that. I'm also highly confident, in fact certain, you would not be prosecuted. That's what folks tend to lump together. So I care deeply about what people think about the justice system, and that it not have 2 standards. It does not, and this demonstrates
But you look at General Petraeus in his handling of classified information. You look at, and I'll go back to what you're saying.
But when you look at it, demand to know the facts. I don't want to dump on General Petraeus, because the case is over, but I would be happy to go through how very different that circumstance is than this circumstance.
And you talk about, you tell your FBI agents, if you do what we're investigating here with material from the FBI, you'd be a world of trouble. I would assume that could potentially be fired. Is Hillary Clinton she didn't get in any trouble at the State Department. The only trouble she's got now is trying to explain it to the American people.
Right, she's not a government employee, so the normal range of discipline that would be applied to FBI employees if they did something similar doesn't apply. And I think that's some of the reason for people's confusion, lumping these 2 together, and their frustration, but it is what it is. And all I can tell people is demand the facts. When people tell you, oh, so-and-so has been treated differently, demand the facts on that.
All right, so if somebody were to, let's just do a hypothetical. Let's say somebody here in Congress were to email my personal email some classified information, and I'm on I get my phone, it comes to my cell phone too, my personal email comes to my personal cell phone. I look at it and go, wow, that probably shouldn't be on there, and don't do anything. I mean, to me, that's being grossly negligent with classified information. And that's a violation of 793F. And that's exactly what Hillary Clinton did, I think. I mean, at what point do you get to intent? The classified information was on an unsecure server, you knew it was there, and you didn't do anything about it. To me, that's gross negligence, period. I would think I would be prosecuted for that.
Yeah, I'm confident that you wouldn't, but we just have to agree to disagree.
All right, if I ever get in trouble, I'm going to save this clip.
Don't do it. Well, I guess I can't control Congress. If you work for us, don't do it.
No, I have absolutely no intention of doing it. So again, I just want to say, don't get frustrated when we continue to ask these questions, because we're not badgering you because we want to badger you. We are talking to you because the American people are upset about this and don't think it was handled appropriately. And that's the basis, at least, of my questioning. And I thank you for appearing here.
And I totally understand that. That I think there are lots of questions people have, which is why I've worked so hard to try and be transparent. There's never been this kind of transparency in a criminal case, ever. But because I understand the questions and the importance of it, I've tried. But I hope people will separate two things: questions about facts and judgment from questions and accusations about integrity. As I said before, you can call us wrong, you can call me a fool, you cannot call us weasels, okay? That is just not fair, and I hope we haven't gotten to a place in American public life where everything has to be torn down on an integrity basis just to disagree. You can disagree with this. There is just not a fair basis for saying that we did it in any way that wasn't honest and independent. That's when I get a little worked up, sorry.
I'm out.